I have seen some leftists claiming that the last Trump presidency was not that bad. They appear indifferent towards the approaching defeat. The last Trump presidency was not that bad, so it will not be that bad this time around either. This is what some people are telling themselves. They are wrong on 2 counts. Firstly, the last Trump presidency was very bad. And secondly, if Trump is re-elected, it will be even worse. The last Trump presidency was terrible. I do not know how anyone can suggest that it was not that bad. Trump destroyed faith in American democracy with his constant lies about the 2020 election. Trump has turned tens of millions of Americans into election result denying conspiracy theorists. This is not some small issue. This kind of thing can cripple a democratic society. Thanks to Trump, tens of millions of people are anti-democratic conspiracy theorists. This is an issue of almost indescribable magnitude. Trump attempted to overthrow American democracy. He pressured Pence to refuse to certify the results. He called a governor and demanded that they find votes for him. He pushed a fake electors scheme. He encouraged his supporters to conduct a violent insurrection at the Capitol. He literally tried to overthrow American democracy, and still people will accuse you of Trump derangement syndrome if you compare him to Hitler. It is genuinely insane. Trump literally wants your vote to be meaningless. Do not give it to him. He literally tried to overthrow democracy. It is insane to me that people are willing to overlook this. Trump's first term in office was extremely bad. At the end of it, he tried to destroy American democracy and then did massive damage to faith in democracy. And he destroyed the right to bodily autonomy. His Supreme Court appointments resulted in the overturning of Roe v. Wade and a torrent of anti-abortion legislation. Trump destroyed the right to bodily autonomy, and still people pretend his presidency was not that bad. It is delusional and ignorant. It is privileged and amoral. The concern about Trump is very, very justified. Trump is hugely dangerous. He was last time, and he will be next time. Trump appointed deranged conservative idiots to the Supreme Court. These people will be an impediment to progress and an asset for religious authoritarians for a generation. Trump massively increased drone strikes, killing countless civilians and fueling the fires of radicalization and extremism abroad. He destroyed the credibility of his position with constant lies and stupidity, bringing government legitimacy to the verge of breaking point. Some may like this. You shouldn't. Chaos and disorder is our enemy, and that is what Trump provides. Trump abused the legitimacy of his platform as president to demonize minorities and promote climate change denialism. In doing so, he created a cancerous rot in American politics, and to a lesser extent, in global politics. A stupid and dangerous form of politics. That is what he created. A tribal cult of personality style of politics that is devoid of principles and values. And if he is re-elected, he will be even more dangerous. Trump has more control over the party than he did the last time around. There are fewer people left to keep him under control. Unlike last time around, Trump is now absolutely surrounded by complete fanatics. Trump is increasingly surrounded by crazy cult of personality loyalists. This is a big change. Last time around, there was a greater number of standard Republicans still around him. These people were bad, but they were not as dangerous as his more extreme supporters. It is also true that Trump will have learnt from the mistakes he made last time. He will prioritize loyalty to a greater degree. He will try to put himself in a better position for his second attempt at overthrowing democracy. He will learn from the mistakes that ruined his efforts to overthrow democracy last time around. Trump is more dangerous this time because he has nothing to lose. He cannot stand for re-election. He knows that he will not have another shot at being elected so he has every incentive to ensure that another election does not happen. The lack of another election also means he will not be held accountable by the people again. This gives him a greater capacity to ignore the democratic will. Perhaps most dangerously of all, Trump is now backed by a Republican Supreme Court which has granted the president criminal immunity for official acts. This gives Trump far more power than he had last time around and makes him a lot more dangerous. It is foolish to expect a simple repeat of Trump's last term in office. The last Trump presidency was extremely bad, but this time around things could be far worse. It is an absolute imperative that he is defeated. Progressives, liberals, and leftists should not be downplaying the threat that he poses. Donald Trump is extremely dangerous, and I hope we do not have to learn that the hard way. We must make sure that he does not win. We must not give him a chance to show us just how dangerous he is. Donald Trump must be defeated at the approaching election. The alternative is the most illiberal administration to inhabit the White House in recent memory. The world faces enough challenges as it is. This is a challenge that we can do without.